What's going on, guys? My name is James Collects, and if you're finding me for the first time, I am both a nerdy collector and an eBay reseller. Now, there was no recording whatsoever because it's Easter weekend, and as you guys know, the weather has been amazing. And some idiot, being this gentleman here, decided to go and wear shorts and a t-shirt, and I was wearing a fluffy hoodie to begin with as well. So as you can imagine, it was quite bloody warm. And with a chest mount, it makes movement not restrictive, but it sort of hugs everything in. So hopefully in a few weeks, I feel like I'm making excuse after excuse, you know. Hopefully I'll start to acclimatise to the lovely weather that we're having, and we'll be able to do some footage, because I do so want to do it, but there's so many things that are in the way. There's traders that I can't be recording, and there's people who don't want to be recorded, and it's just but as I said, the weather today was absolutely amazing. Did 2 car boots, did one on my own in the morning, and then the afternoon one I did with my other half. I've just remembered I've not got my ring on. Oh, I took it off when I put the suntan lotion on. Yes, it's that warm outside. Suntan lotion has been worn. So yeah, did a morning one on my own. That one wasn't too bad. Arguably that was better than the one in the afternoon. The one in the afternoon I went in as a seller. So you pay a premium price just to park up, basically. But yeah, right. Let's go back to the start. The first item I got, Tekken 4 on the PS2 Platinum Edition, paid £1. Pokeball game, paid £1.50. Second item I picked up as well, which isn't too bad. Christmas Furby, paid £8. Someone, well, one of the other guys also was looking at this, but didn't want to pay the £8 price. However, the prices of the sales tend to fluctuate. At the moment, they're about £20 to £25, including delivery. But around Christmas time, obviously, because of the theme, it does go up to around 30 quid or so. So the box is quite nice. It's just very, very dusty. It's literally just been sitting in someone's loft for the last, Jesus Christ, this is 1999, for the last 20 years. We have some sealed board games. We have Gogglebox. This, do you know what? I've not seen Gogglebox in ages. Scarlett's not on it anymore. I think Jim's died. God, this has got to be a few years old then. 2016. Brand new and sealed. And also Logo board game, paid £5 a piece. There was someone selling a whole tray of Pokemon cards that were 20 pence each, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 6 for £1. So I bought 2 at 20 pence a piece. The only 2 I bought were a old Pinsir and an old Venomoth card, simply because they were just the old cards that I grew up with. So that's going into the folder of stuff that I'm collecting still. And then later on, there was someone else selling some Pokemon cards where he put everything into bundles. Judging by the band that he was using, they were different prices. So I bought 4 bands. I've now put them all together, which I know putting them in a band is just breaking the rules. So these are the cards that I am not keeping. These are all holofoil in one way, shape or form. You know what? Let's give these away as well. If you want these cards, just leave a comment, and within that comment, just leave a bit that says "Give me them cards." But I would do it the other way around. But yeah, that's that. Oh, I've got a cramp in my little finger. There's quite a few cards there. There's loads. So yeah, if you want these, then just comment "Give me them cards," and I'll pick one of you guys at random, and you can have them. As for the cards, it's just 4 cards, 1 from each bundle, which is why I picked them up. So we have a reverse Zapdos from, I want to say, Generations. We also have a light Azumarill from one of the Neo sets. Very sure I need this card anyway to complete one of my older sets. We have a very scratched up Lapras. We also have a Mew from, is that Generations as well? I've got no idea. Oh no, one of them contained 2 holos. And the last card is a Dark Golbat from Team Rocket. So not too bad. Picked up some mugs. These were supposed to be £4 a piece. I got the 3 for £8, but these are really, really nice. I'm going to give my other half first dibs. So if she wants to keep any, because I did that with the last lot that I bought, and I think out of the 3 or 4, she wanted to keep one of them. So, and that was a Winnie the Pooh one. But there's the designs, balancing very carefully. Really cannot afford to drop these. So yeah, really, really cute. Actually, colour is fantastic of them. They had loads and loads of mugs, but I went with the boxed ones because I know that there's going to be money in those, and especially to get 3 for £8. And the last bit from this car boot, there's one of the guys that goes around and he will ask pretty much every single car that comes in, whether they've got any video games or cameras and things like that. So he was waiting at his vehicle. Turns out he was actually waiting for a camera, a Canon one, which he didn't want. Well, he didn't end up picking out. So I'm walking past and I see this wicker basket, and I don't know how, but I managed to see the back sticker of an N64 cart. So I went up, asked how much. I asked if I could have a look at his games. He said, "Yes, no problem." So he got the games out. Then this other guy came up and said, "I did ask you if you had any games," but he said it in a more polite manner than that. So me being stupidly British, because he was at the vehicle first, I let him take the deal. He walked over and I said, "I'm not going to outbid you. We'll keep it civil," because someone had already had a punch up earlier about bloody perfume. So I'm quite annoyed at myself now. There was an N64 that was missing its power pack. There was over half a dozen games, including a Super Mario 64 and a Donkey Kong Returns, cart only though, and also a light blue Game Boy Advance SP. He paid 20 quid for the lot. Now, I stood there, I waited, I bit my tongue. I was also 2 controllers as well. There's one grey one and one blue one for 20 quid. So I stood there, I bit my tongue, because there was a few carts in there that I would have liked, and yeah, I didn't say anything. And you know what? Actually, I'm pretty sure he said we'd split it. Thinking back on it, he said we'll go through it and we'll split it. So yeah, I stood there, bit my tongue, didn't say anything. So when the wicker box came out onto the table, he was umming and ahhing, and the guy was sort of like, the seller was looking at me to like want me to get involved, to like bump up the price or to say something. So the buyer said, "Oh, without the power pack, blah 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 blah, £10." And then the seller said 25, and then the buyer jumped up to 20, which to be fair was still a decent price. He's going to at least triple his money with what is there, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, the stickers on the games on the good games were fantastic. They were pristine. And then you've got the Game Boy Advance SP as well, which is also a good few quid. So, yeah, I think seeing the argy-bargy that happened like an hour before over the perfume, like, made me not want to have an argument, because I just can't be bothered anymore. I've sort of lost that fight within me. But then again, I think he would never have got those games if I wasn't there, personally, because they probably would have stayed in the car and no one would have. He would have walked away with without getting the camera before he'd got any of that stuff. So he walked up afterwards and was, admittedly, he was quite happy that I didn't say anything, and said next time that I'm at a vehicle first, he won't barge in. Although personally, at this particular car boot, we don't do that anyway. It's completely different to the Saturday car boot, where it's sort of all guns blazing, as every man for himself. So he gave me a game for free, and it's the worst looking game and the worst game of the bunch. So I now own a WWF Warzone with some nice permanent marker and some staining on top. Shouldn't moan really, but a part of me really, really wishes that in the words of one of the other car booters, because he saw that I was there waiting before the other guy had seen it. It's someone that a few of the guys will know quite well. And he said, James, you should have just been more of that a-hole. We'll say a-hole, because they said that in Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm presuming that's going to be fine with YouTube. You should have been more of an a-hole. You should have just gone for it. He would not do the same for you. I said, well, I've never had a problem with him. He's always been like really polite. I said, I've seen him throw hissy fits. He will stamp on the ground. He will throw things on the ground, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, I've not seen that, so I don't know that side of him whatsoever. So, yeah, hindsight's a bloody wonderful thing, isn't it? So, yeah, maybe I should have stuck to my guns and stood my ground a little bit. We should have gone halves, which would have been the fairest thing to do, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Live and learn. I'm not doing that again. So we'll bring the mood back up, shall we? Second car boot, as I say, we paid to go in as sellers. Me and the other half. She sat and chilled in the car for 10 minutes because she couldn't be bothered with all the walking around at lightning speed that I tend to do. First thing I picked up for £2 is Space Hulk on the PC. No idea what it's worth, but Space Hulk is like one of the most desirable sets in the Warhammer 40k miniature figures. So for £2, I thought I'd get it. I had a very quick look online on the drive home, and I couldn't see this particular version. So maybe it's supposed to come in a big box. I don't quite know. But £2, if it's not worth it, I'll keep hold of it and, I don't know, give it a bit another time. For £2, we have Dino Crisis 3 on the original Xbox. Quite happy with that one as well. We have a boxed PSP. It needs a slight clean. The console looks to be okay. I paid $15. She's going to bring some games next week. So it means that I've got to actually... I'm going to have to go in as a bloody seller again just to make sure, because there could be some good games. So there's the PSP itself, which is white. There's the controls. There's the cables. There's this thing, and I've now got a cable to test the one I picked up yesterday. So, oh, is it worth swapping out? No, because that barcode's ruined. So yeah, my first PSP for my collection, which isn't too bad. 15 quid. Yeah. Picked up this old Tomy thing. This is like a big magnetic car racer thing. It's by Tomy. I'm trying to do this. Did I seriously just do that? No, there it is. It's back. No. Oh my god. So that goes like, this is so hard to do backwards. I suck. But it's like a little magnet thing, and then you make the car go round. It's from 1976. I paid £3. Admittedly, I know nothing about that. I just thought it was quite cool. And in fact, it's Tomy. I thought it was just worth a punt. I didn't get to the store first, so I dread to think what other like nice old retro stuff they had. Second to last item is a black Nintendo DS with a charger. I paid £5. There was charge in it, which means I could check that there was no parental locks. Everything was working fine. The guy actually had 3 of them. I asked how much they were. He said £5. So I immediately picked up 2 of them. And then his son said something behind him, and it was the red one. So he picked that up straight away. I think maybe his son wasn't too happy. Out of the 2 that were left, only this one was worth picking up, as the other one had like ink leakage behind the top screen, which is beyond me, but I'm sure it's easily repaired. And the last item, I was walking around with Rob, just doing like the last lap before I went back to the car, and out the corner of my eye I saw a few games. We have, this is Xena Warrior Princess, which I honestly don't remember. The graphics is very cartoony, which, I mean, was that a thing when I was growing up? 2000, god, that's 19 years old as well. So that's got the manual, but no box. We got F1 pole position with the game, and then Mary Kate and Ashley get a clue. That's the American version, which kind of sucks. But so yeah, that is the whole of this car boot done. I would apologise for not getting any footage, but it was a minimum of 25 degrees, and I just wanted to enjoy the sunshine, to be honest with you. And having a chest mount on, it's just, for those guys who have done it or do it, I think you understand what it's like having that restrictiveness around you, and it just, yeah, makes you hot and sweaty. It's not very nice. Even with a rucksack, just that on the back, it was just, So yeah, footage soon, please, because I'm not going to lie, I like the mid-roll ads. That's always a nice little bonus. But as I was saying, that is it from me. There is a new round of the giveaway, I believe. That started, I think, 2 or 3 episodes ago. Maybe more than that, maybe about 5 episodes ago. I don't know what it is, but if you want to be entered, just leave a comment down below. Don't forget to say that thing I did if you want to get those Pokemon cards, and someone will be chosen at random at some stage, and then I'll have to message you to get your details. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you lovely lot in the next video. Good gaming and happy collecting. Adios.